last week. Now here they are in the finals, but are they 100%?
Yeah, I mean, they had to take some calculated risks to get here, but they paid off. Never underestimate the strategic mind of Toni Storm. They've done a great job getting here.
I think a couple of numbers come to mind here. Toni Storm, this singles competition, but she's 5-0 combined with Willow and Harley. Never lost to them in singles. We'll see how it plays out tonight, Excalibur.
Opponents, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron,
Well, Tony, despite Willow Nightingale's singles track record, she and Harley Cameron, definitely the underdogs coming into this tournament. They drew Athena, Mercedes Moné in the opening round, then had to face the Sisters of Sin in the semifinals. An unlikely story for these two to make it to the finals.
Well, Excalibur, I think that opening round match against Athena and Mercedes when they won really gave them some momentum. No one really thought that the Babes of Wrath would win that match. They did, and I think it really has propelled them all the way here now.
We see Aubrey Edwards raising AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship titles high. We will have a winner. We will have new champions here tonight as we kick off this massive Winter is Coming broadcast live from Atlanta. Wall-to-wall action here tonight on CBS and HBO Max.
Exciting time to be a fan of AEW. Exciting week for us. As you said, one of the biggest weeks ever in AEW TV, and it starts tonight.
Mina Shirakawa, Harley Cameron starting things off for their respective sides. Mina with the experience edge, but Harley, Brian, has been wrestling well above her experience as of late.
She's been wrestling fantastic, especially in this tournament. It seems like Willow Nightingale has brought out a newfound confidence in Harley Cameron.
Mina puts on the brakes. Little shimmy from Mina Shirakawa. Now Harley Cameron rolling over. Goes behind and now takes the side headlock.
That shimmy is just really for confidence and nothing else. Look at Harley.
Harley posting up in the corner, slipping through, and now rolls Mina through. And
so how do you call that one, Excalibur?
That was something that Brian did to me in a Ukrainian hall in Detroit about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Kick to the midsection for Mina Shirakawa, slowing the pace down. Now hammer throw into the ropes. Harley ducks underneath the lariat and comes through. Harley driving Mina Shirakawa down face first. Mina looking for a tag. Willow gets the tag from Harley. And now Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale.
No doubt, two of the greats in AEW in the women's division.
And the two veterans for their respective sides, Brian.
Yeah, and arguably two of the most popular women here in AEW.
Right.
Side headlock applied by Willow Nightingale. You can hear the 50-50 split between the raucous crowd here in Atlanta.
Doesn't take much to get the dander up, so to speak, for timeless Toni Storm. She has a very short fuse, if you will.
Four-time AEW Women's World Champion, timeless Toni Storm. A woman who, without a championship title to her name, seems somewhat lost as Harley Cameron trying to separate Toni and Willow. Now Mina and Harley. Things just breaking down here to a hockey fight. Reversal there by the timeless love bombs. Babes, sidestep, and Harley. Pair of boots, one for each, Toni and Mina.
Why did Harley go down on the floor after him? How about that aggression, Brian?
Yeah, Harley did a great job going and holding Mina and Toni Storm so that Willow could dive onto them. I mean, the Babes of Wrath have exhibited great teamwork during this tournament.
Yeah, and it's showing really here. They're just as smooth as ever.
They certainly have. I think that teamwork is what allowed them to pick up that upset victory in the first round against two highly decorated champions. As Harley now the cover. Toni Storm the kick out. You think Mercedes Moné, the longest reigning TBS champion of all time, and Athena, the longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's World Champion by multiple country miles, as you would say, Tony.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now Harley, the only lady in there without a belt on her resume.
Harley, a shot to the face from Mina Shirakawa and a backbreaker by Timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah, so don't you think, Brian, this would be the lady, Harley, probably the least experienced of all four, the lady that the Timeless Love Bombs need to work on?
I agree, Tony, and I think they're doing a great job of that. You saw her inexperience come, and especially when in tag matches, they were able to knee her in the back when she was hitting the ropes, giving Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa the advantage. I think this is a smart strategy by them.
Quick tags in and out by the Love Bombs, and now Toni Storm sets up for the body press. 1, 2, and Harley able to kick out. The momentum firmly in the corner of the Timeless Love Bombs. Harley, they'll try to use those long limbs, the reach to get the tag to Willow, but the standing switch ducks underneath. Now Harley, back suplex.
Great counter from Harley.
Door open, the tag made to Willow Nightingale. Former TBS champion Willow Nightingale takes down Mina twice, takes down Toni Storm once. Now overhand shots.
How about this?
Willow playing her own game of ping pong with the Timeless Love Bombs. But Mina, swift shot to the midsection, double hammer throw into the ropes. Willow breaks through the lariat, attempt and takes both members of the opposition down.
Willow gets some momentum going off the ropes. It's trouble.
Sends Toni Storm to the floor in our opening contest to crown the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions continues.
Well, right now it's kind of one-on-one. Timeless Toni Storm in front of our broadcast position here on the other side.
And Willow with Mina Shirakawa isolated inside the ring. Rapid fire clotheslines in the corner. Drags Mina out to center, takes her down. 2. And Mina able to kick out. Brian, the Love Bombs did a good job cutting the ring in half, isolating Harley Camera, but now it seems the Babes of Wrath playing out of that same playbook.
I would disagree a little bit. They let Mina get close to her corner right there and whipping her off the ropes. I thought the Timeless Love Bombs did a better job. Did a better job of isolating Harley when they had her. Unfortunately, for the Timeless Love Bombs, Harley was able to counter Mina Shirakawa and hit that great back suplex. Be able to tag into Willow. Willow in this match so far has been a real difference maker.
Well, that's because of her power as much as anything else. A lot of force, a lot of might in everything that she does. And Harley getting into it as well.
Powerful slam delivered by Willow Nightingale. Near leg is hooked. Mina Shirakawa kicking out. Willow controlling the pace here, and so many big stories tonight on Winter is Coming. One of them that developed this past Saturday on Collision was Jack Perry filling in for Darby Allin, stepping up to take Darby Allin's place in the tournament. And Darby, he laid it out on Collision. These two men are not friends, but Darby said if Jack's going to inherit Darby's spot, wait, cover here, roll up. If Jack is going to inherit Darby's spot, Darby is going to be pulling for Jack Perry throughout the tournament. He wants him to go win this whole thing.
I think that's a good and bad thing. It's good to see Jungle Jack Perry in the tournament. It's certainly bad to see that Darby Allin is out of it. But, of course, Jungle Jack's going to start with 0 points.
1, 2, and oh! There's Willow dizzying up Mina Shirakawa, getting her in that pinning predicament.
And wearing her out. You know, having to kick out of those repeated pinfall attempts is a great job by Willow.
Yeah. Depletes the opponent's gas tank every time they kick out, just little by little. As Harley now coming in. The knee strike. Cover the hot stack. And Mina use all her power to kick out of that one. Now Harley trying to grind out Mina. deplete that gas tank even further. Who will leave winners coming as the first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions? Will it be the Timeless Love Bombs, or will it be the Babes of Wrath? Harley Cameron and Will Nightingale have had the upper hand over the last few moments and seem to be maintaining the momentum here in our opening contest tonight.
Absolutely, and we are going to, as you said, Excalibur, have new champions crowned here tonight, and we are just getting started. So many great champions throughout the years in AEW. New champions on the horizon here tonight.
Mina Shirakawa turns things around on Willow, the DDT off the ropes. So remember, we could have a new champion crowned in our main event.
Sure, absolutely.
Samoa Joe, Eddie Kingston for the AEW Men's World Championship. But right now, Toni Storm, legal for the love bombs and Mongolian chops delivered after the drop kicks. Meeting the minds there for Harley and Willow. And now Toni Storm going to work. DDT.
Toni Storm is just so talented.
Such a difference maker, Brian, as soon as she tagged in, and now could be looking for the chicken wing.
She has an excellent cross-faced chicken wing. She needs to get Harley Cameron's arm behind her back a little bit more. Willow coming in for the save.
It's a great move by Willow to get that save, because if that chicken wing would have been on, it could have been over.
Double hammer throw, reversed by Mina Shirakawa. Boot for Harley, shot for Willow. Now Mina, Cazadora, rolls through, steps through. She likes the figure four from this position, and now DDT on Willow, and wrenching the knees of Harley.
Great double team move by Mina Shirakawa, and you can see the damage on Harley Cameron's leg.
Mina now looking to execute that figure four. Turns the corner. As the legs hooked over the knee, and Harley Cameron in deep water here. Mina Shirakawa has Harley anchored in the center of the ring. Harley doing a good job, though, reversing things on Mina. But Toni Storm intervenes. And now Willow brings Mina over. Turnabout's fair play. Willow and, oh no, wait, Willow sweeps out the leg. And now Willow's turn.
Oh, Indian deathlock.
For the attempt, at least.
Yeah, I think Willow needs to get Harley Cameron out of that figure four.
I agree.
Willow, she's battering Toni, battering Mina. And remember, yeah, Harley, to your point, Brian, if Harley tapped out, that would have been it. Willow and Toni were not the legal competitors. As things breaking down here tonight, the first night of Winter is Coming. Remember, Winter is Coming Collision comes your way this Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Pacific, coast-to-coast broadcast on TNT and HBO Max for Collision. Winter is Coming this Saturday. Early start time.
What a week, and so much history on the line here. Many people can be the champs, many teams throughout the years, but there will only be one first-time champion, and we're going to see it here tonight. So much on the line, and you hear the chant from the fans.
This is as high stakes. This is as high stakes as it gets. I mean, both teams, you just see them just brawling. You can see how important it is to these women to be the first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
Opposite corners, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale have the Timeless Love Bombs up, but Toni Storm slips through Willow's guard, and now Harley didn't realize it was coming. As Toni Storm has Harley held up. Mina coming off the top with the sling blade. And Toni Storm. Storm! Zero! Is that going to be it? 1, 2, no! Willow! The senton to break up the pinning predicament.
That whole sequence made available by Toni Storm would have had the win if not for Willow Nightingale.
Willow blocks the DDT on the floor. And lands the suplex, perhaps neutralizing Toni Storm, at least for a moment. Now Mina Shirakawa, whether she realizes it or not, maybe fighting at a disadvantage, Brian.
Yeah, it sure seems like it. Toni Storm seems down. Now Mina's going toe-to-toe with Harley Cameron. Big rolling elbow to the back. Roundhouse
kick, it missed. But the second time, kick to the spine. Mina looking for that back fist. It connects. Remember, Harley Cameron earlier this year, she had that nose broken, requiring surgery, facial surgery. So that spinning back fist could have done serious damage, but instead, the glorious driver Mina could be coming up for Harley Cameron. We could see new champions crowned. Harley slips behind.
Oh! That's her finishing move! But she makes a tag!
As well as the Babe with the power bomb!
Gentlemen, this is a shocker, don't you think so, Brian? I mean, these, like you said, underdogs no more, Excalibur.
I hate to call it an actual shocker because they've been shocking us in every round of this tournament. But yeah, I was shocked for sure.
Well, let's head to the ring, and Renee Paquette standing by with the inaugural champions.
Babes of Wrath, the Babes of Wrath did it. They made history here tonight. Ladies are huge. Congratulations. This is incredible. Harley Cameron, this is the first championship you have won here in AEW. Can you guys put into any words for me what it means to be our first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions?
First feeling tired. That was a hard fight. Harley's mouth is all bloody. It's not just lipstick, folks. But I'm proud of myself, of course, but I'm so proud of Harley Cameron. And it's been a rough year of me not knowing who's there for me and who's not. And she is so great. She has been. She has been, in here and out. Will and I first met in the ring on my second ever match, and I can't believe I'm next to you today and that we are the first ever All Elite Women Tag Team Champions.
Congratulations, ladies. What are we? Babes! And what do we have? Wrath! Babes of Wrath! Babes of Wrath! Babes of Wrath!
Oh, the Babes of Wrath. Kicking. Dynamite Winter is coming off with a bang. Oh, wait a second. Tony and Mina extending the hands and the embrace from the other tournament finalists.
Well done, women. Well done, all of you.
But Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, kicking our broadcast off, kicking this huge week of action off as the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. And speaking of tag team action, a huge tornado tag team match tonight. The Ops, Katsuyori Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, taking on a team that will join forces for the first time ever. The unlikely duo of Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. And then our main event tonight, Eddie Kingston will challenge Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. A big night for the Ops. Let's hear from them and Samoa Joe right now.